Hello, boys. Here's the story I'm going to read you tonight. It's about two brothers, just like you and Jacob, Nate. And only this time, these two brothers' names are called Herbert and Harry. And they're two good brothers who live and work together. And one day, they discovered a great treasure. So what will this bring for Herbert and Harry? Let's find out and see. Here we go. Herbert and Harry. Once upon a time, there were two brothers called Herbert and Harry. And they lived together in the same house at the top of the hill. See? They did everything together. They dug together in the same garden. And they fished together in the same boat. But one day, while they were out fishing, they hauled up a great treasure. "This treasure is mine," shouted Herbert. "I pulled it up." "No," said Harry. "I chose this place to cast our net, so it's mine." So Herbert pushed Harry, and Harry fell splash into the water. Wow. Harry was a strong swimmer and managed to get safely home. Whew, thank goodness for that. But while Herbert rowed the treasure as fast as he could, for as long as he could, until he reached a lonely stretch of the coast. And from there, he started to walk. He wanted to get as far away from Harry as possible with the treasure. At last, Herbert lay down to sleep. But even though it was very dark and he was very tired, he couldn't sleep. What if Harry came and stole back the treasure, he thought. So the next day, Herbert hid the treasure among the roots of an old tree. But that night, when it got dark, he still could not sleep. What if someone had seen him or put it there? So he decided to take the treasure as high into the hills where no one could find it, and he walked many days and many nights, and the land got emptier and emptier, and the treasure got heavier and heavier. Wow, that's interesting. At last he reached the highest mountain in the land, and there he hid the treasure under some rocks. But you know what? He still couldn't sleep. What if someone had followed him and stole the treasure while he slept? He decided the only way to keep the treasure safe was to put it in a place which was so strong no one could get in. He began to chip at the rock. See what he's doing there? Chipping at the rock. Chip, chip, chip. Chip, 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 chip. There he is, going right in there. Chip, 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 chip went Herbert. He kept going in and in and in. Many years passed, and at last he had made a deep, dark tunnel into the middle of the tallest mountain in the land. He pushed the treasure right to the end of the tunnel, then blocked the entrance with a huge boulder. See? But he still could not sleep. What if someone forced him to tell where the treasure was, and then they could steal it, he thought. So he decided he must protect himself. Look how old he's looking now. To protect himself, Herbert needed guns. Lots of guns. But guns were not enough. Look how he had to carry them up and up and up. Herbert needed a fort, which looks like he had made, and many more years passed. There he is, still putting boulders and guns all around the fort to protect himself. Today, Herbert and Harry are both very old men, and Herbert still guards the treasure in his fort on top of the highest mountain in the land. But still, he could not sleep. While Harry, who had no treasure, has always been able to sleep soundly. I wonder why that was. It's a really interesting thing, isn't it, boys? When two brothers, one finds something really special and the other one doesn't, how they feel. If you've got any questions for Nanna, I'd love to talk to you about them. And hope tomorrow is your big school day. And I want to say have a happy, happy day tomorrow. It's going to be so lovely to catch up with all your friends. But if you get time tomorrow night, we will talk and maybe even speak about Herbert and Harry and about what happened to them. I hope you like this story as much as I did. There's a lot there about feelings, isn't there? So maybe we can talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, enjoy your night, and I'll see you and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Love you loads. 1, 2, 3. I love you to the moon and back.